Hey guys, I'm Elise.
And I'm Malia.
And today we're unboxing the March Book of the Month selections.
All 5 of them before your very eyes. So Book of the Month is a monthly subscription box. Every month they have 5 selections and you are able to choose one of the 5 for $14.99 a month. If you just fall in love with more than one, you can add up to 2 additional books for an additional $9.99 each, which is a steal for a new release hardback book. And if none of them are striking your fancy, you can also skip a month at any time, so you don't have to get a book that you don't like.
We also have a coupon code. It's YesPLZ, and you can get a free book when you sign up.
Yay, free books!
So first up,
we've got The Last Equation of Isaac Severy. This is every month they also have one guest judge who recommends a book that they really love. This month it is Sophia Bush, and she really likes this book. And it says it's a novel in clues, and it's by Nova Jacobs. Just days after mathematician and family patriarch Isaac Severy dies of an apparent suicide, his adopted granddaughter Hazel, owner of a struggling Seattle bookstore, receives a letter from him in the mail. In it, Isaac alludes to a secretive organization that is after his final bombshell equation, and he charges Hazel with safely delivering it to a trusted colleague. But first, she must find where the equation is hidden. While in Los Angeles for Isaac's funeral, Hazel realizes she's not the only one searching for his life's work, and that the equation's implications have potentially disastrous consequences for the extended Severy family, a group of dysfunctional geniuses unmoored by the sudden death of their patriarch. As agents of an enigmatic company shadow Isaac's favorite son, a theoretical physicist, and a long-lost cousin mysteriously reappears in Los Angeles, the equation slips further from Hazel's grasp. She must unravel a series of maddening clues hidden by Isaac in one of her favorite novels, drawing her ever closer to his mathematical treasure. But when her efforts fall short, she is forced to enlist the help of those with questionable motives.
this sounds interesting aside from the fact that it's about math equations.
From what I've read of preliminary reviews, it's not heavy on the math, and people who don't like math still enjoy it because it's less about like the literal mathematics, and it's more about the idea of like this, like
The mystery.
yeah, the mystery,
The puzzle.
and the puzzle of this equation, but it's not necessarily about like what the equation is or how it works.
So next up we have Not That I Could Tell by Jessica Strasser.
It's got a very mysterious cover.
Yes, it has wine glasses and it's by a fire, so already like it's got good feels. An innocent night of fun takes a shocking turn when a group of neighborhood women gathers, wine in hand, around a fire pit where their backyards meet one Saturday night. This is a long sentence, sorry. Most of them are just ecstatic to have discovered that their baby monitors reach that far. It's a rare, kid-free night and they're giddy with it. They drink too much and the conversation turns personal. By Monday morning, one of them is gone. Everyone knows something about everyone in the quirky, small Ohio town of Yellow Springs, but no one can make sense of the disappearance. Kristen was a sociable twin mom, college administrator, and doctor's wife who didn't seem all that bothered by her impending divorce, and the investigation turns up more questions than answers with her husband Paul at the center. For her closest neighbor, Clara, the incident triggers memories she thought she'd put behind her, and when she's unable to extract herself from the widening circle of scrutiny, her own suspicions quickly grow. But the neighborhood's newest addition, Izzy, is determined not to jump to any conclusions, especially since she's dealing with a crisis of her own. As the police investigation goes from a media circus to a cold case, the neighbors are forced to re-examine what's going on behind their own closed doors, and to ask how well anyone really knows anyone else. So I'm getting major, not only Big Little Lies, but also Pretty Little Liars vibes, because that's literally the pilot of Pretty Little Liars, except like these are grown women with children.
All I know about Pretty Little Liars is like they are obnoxious children.
No, it's the same, like they have a sleepover and then they all fall asleep and then like they wake up and one of them is missing.
Oh.
So it's like a thing. But no, I'm excited about this one. I think it sounds good.
It doesn't like get my fire burning. I'm just gonna preface this with, I do not read dead mom books, and I'm never reading this.
Also, look how thick this is. Show them how thick that is.
It's 400 plus pages. That's one of the things that they called out. It's like a long read. It is
It's YA.
466 pages. So this book is called The Astonishing Color of After. It's a novel by Emily X.R. Pan.
It's a pretty cover.
Beautiful. I'm gonna read the synopsis. Lee Chin Sanders is absolutely certain about one thing. When her mother died by suicide, she turned into a bird. Lee, who is half Asian and half white, travels to Taiwan to meet her maternal grandparents for the first time. There, she is determined to find her mother, the bird. In her search, she winds up chasing after ghosts, uncovering family secrets, and forging a new relationship with her grandparents. And as she grieves, she must try to reconcile that on the same day she kissed her best friend and secret longtime crush, Axel, her mother was taking her own life. Alternating between real and magic, past and present, friendship and romance, hope and despair, The Astonishing Color of After is a stunning and heartbreaking novel about finding oneself through family history, art, grief, and love.
Okay, so next up we have Other People's Houses by Abby Waxman.
Book of the Month often gets novels that are Book of the Month exclusives, and so what that means is Book of the Month is able to send them out to their readers before you can actually go buy them in stores. And this is a perfect example of this. This is this month's exclusive, Other People's Houses, and it doesn't come out in stores until April 3rd, but with Book of the Month, you'll get it now. So you'll have it early, a month before anyone else will, and you can get a jump on the book club talk.
At any given moment in Other People's Houses, you can find repressed hopes and dreams, moments of unexpected joy, someone making love on the floor to a man who is most definitely not her husband, record scratch. Do the noise.
No, we'll have Sam do it.
Okay.
Sam, fix it in post.
Yeah. As the longtime local carpool mom, Frances Bloom is sometimes an unwilling witness to her neighbors' private lives. She knows her cousin is hiding her desire for another baby from her spouse. Bill Horton's wife is mysteriously missing, and now this. After the shock of seeing Ann Porter in all her extramarital glory, Frances vows to stay in her own lane. But that's a notion easier said than done when Ann's husband throws her out a couple of days later. The repercussions of the affair reverberate through the four carpool families, and Frances finds herself navigating a moral minefield that could make or break her marriage.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this one, mostly just because it's not a murder mystery. There's no death, there's no suicide, there's family drama, there's forbidden love. Again, no fight for this one, it's mine.
Yeah, it's yours. You are welcome to it. Next up is the book that made Elise angriest of them all.
Yes, because look what a pretty cover. It's fish. It's pink and orange fish.
Like a normal goldfish.
And the book takes place in Tokyo, so I
Right.
really wanted to read it at first.
She was super excited
Until I read the synopsis.
Here's the synopsis, and you can judge for yourself. Rin Ishida has nearly completed his graduate degree at Keio University when he receives news of his sister's violent death. Kiko is stabbed one rainy night on her way home, and there are no leads. Ren heads back to Akakawa to conclude his sister's affairs, failing to understand why she chose to turn her back on the family in Tokyo for this desolate place years ago. But then Ren is offered Kiko's newly vacant teaching position at a prestigious local cram school, and her bizarre former arrangement of free lodging at a wealthy politician's mansion in exchange for reading to the man's ailing wife. He accepts both, abandoning Tokyo and his crumbling relationship there in order to better understand his sister's life and what took place the night of her death. As Ren comes to know the eccentric local figures, from the enigmatic politician who's boarding him, to his fellow teachers and a rebellious, captivating young female student, he delves into his shared childhood with Kiko and what followed. Haunted in his dreams by a young girl who's desperately trying to tell him something, Ren realizes that Kiko Ishida kept many secrets, even from him. I think this sounds interesting. It's family secrets. It's like whodunit.
You can have it. It's a heavy read, according to bookofthemonth.com.
Oh, really? They
Yes.
rated this like a heavy
They
read?
did. It's literary fiction. It's her debut novel, and it's a heavy psychological read.
See, that's what I like. I like a lot of the psychological thrillers. I don't always love heavy reads, so I'll have to give it like a read through and see. Were all of this month's books written by women? Because that would be perfect.
I think so. Aren't they usually? That's a woman. Yeah, they're all by women.
They're not always. The reason I thought of this now at the end of the video is because March is National Reading Month, and in March, on March 8th, is International Women's Day, so it's really neat that they were all written by women this month. So Elise, what are your picks this month?
Okay, so I think my number one pick is other people's houses, but then I would also add on Not That I Can Tell. What would your pick be?
This is gonna be a controversial choice and a first ever on our Book of the Month unboxing. I would skip a month. Not a single one of these got me like...
It's the only time you'll ever hear a woman say that. She would like to skip a month.
Usually there's at least one, sometimes three. There was one month where I was like, I'm taking all of these home. And this month I'm just like, like I said, dead mom book. This one seems fine, but like dead grandpa.
So tell us which book you picked or books you've picked in the comments below.
Or no books if you want to be me. I feel like I'm like the Simon Cowell of our Book of the Month videos.
I'm the Paula Abdul. No, actually I'm Randy Jackson.
Oh,
I'm just like,
man.
that one's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, still good. If you don't have hang-ups about dead family members, you're going to have a better time this month.
Yeah. And don't forget to like us, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe.
Bye.
Peace. Dog. Since I'm Randy Jackson. It's a no from me, dog.